And it's the Mavericks to start out. Here we have two first-year head coaches, Steve. That being said, how long does it take for teams to learn a new system under these new coaches?
Kevin, is easy. If you have a veteran team, less time. If you have a younger team, it could take some time. You just have to be patient if you have younger guys.
And so Powell will bring it up for Los Angeles. Nobody near George. Drops in the tray. George has got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Clippers. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Jason Kidd and I talked a few minutes ago. He told me defensively they have to stop dribble penetration, challenge the lobs at the basket, and generally make it difficult to get to the front of the rim. You don't want this to turn into a dunk fest because that will not end in their favor. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's Jackson. After the miss from Mr. Clutch. Just 4 to shoot. He was all alone on that one. George has got 5 points so far.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Deflects the pass. Here's Mr. Clutch. Guarded by Powell.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Doncic against Jackson. Shoots over Doncic. Jackson misses.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Mr. Clutch's shot is off. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Jackson down low. Guarded by Doncic. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Mr. Clutch. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Powell. He had 15 points last outing. Passes it to Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. George, no good. This game for the Mavericks, they picked up the W against the Trailblazers.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
And since 1999, the Clippers and Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena, the only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
Jackson misses. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 1.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ntilikina spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jackson passes to Zubac. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And here's George for 3. And the Clippers miss again. The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX.
It'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help.
Hits it from 3-point range.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time.
Kicks it to Morris. It's George on the wing. And he dumps it right over JaVale McGee. Holy cow.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by your AT&T 5G Slam King. Here's Ntilikina. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. McGee. Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 4. To the middle. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Jackson.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
The Mavericks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And the all-around game of Doncic. Not just a scorer, but a great dime dropper as well. Notices his open teammates quickly.
Now, here's Zubac. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And the officials calling for a 3-second. Mavericks leading by 4. Here's Mr. Clutch. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Over in the corner, Bertans. Here's Mr. Clutch. Powell with the steal.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
And that one, good. George has got 11.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
You got this, AP. You got this.
Dallas moving the ball around to the inside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 for
And one on top. Knock it down, MP.
Shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
Now here's Batum. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston. And here's Morris for 3. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's Ntilikina. Feeds it to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
Clippers trail by 7. And with Doncic in the pick and roll game, he's so good at such a young age.
It's amazing how well he reads the defense, but he can also freeze a defender or create confusion with that hesitation. He has all the tricks to run it.
And here's Morris for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
Nicholas Batum making the resourceful play, gifting the ball to a ready shooter instead of forcing something.
Back to Doncic. McGee is screen on Jackson. The 3 for Doncic. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside, Batum. Jackson kicks to Morris. Zubac with the screen for Morris. Off the left rim and out.
Made that shot a little harder than it had to be. No one around him. Just ride straight up and drill it.
To the left side wing. Ntilikina passes to Mr. Clutch. Bertans a screen on Powell. Shot clock at 5. Mr. Clutch gets the bucket.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Enzo Powell will bring it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. The dish to Batum. Now Jackson. A 17-point game for him in the win against Houston.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got humbled and kept getting back to the stripe. The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Now, here's Doncic. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. Clock at 6. Back to Doncic. Launches it. Drills it from outside. And now it's a 9-point Dallas lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Outside Jackson. Zubac with the screen for Jackson. Outside Batum. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. Well, we've seen...
Dwight Powell's checked in for JaVale McGee. Christian Wood comes in for Davis Bertans. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Ntilikina. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Robert Covington's checked in for Zubac. Jack comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Norman Powell. Mann subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Covington with the bucket.
This is what Covington does, a confident three-point shooter.
Here's Doncic. And the call on the shot is
first personal foul, 14th foul. Foul at the line for your Mavericks.
breakdown for the Mavericks.
They're unselfish. They're passing the ball well, setting up teammates, playing team basketball, and their focus.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Powell, the pass to Mr. Clutch. Goes back up. Doncic with it. Launches a three. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
No disruption. They have no options. Good work, team.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the first. Here's Mann, guarded by Doncic. Jack passes to Covington. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Inside, Robert doesn't hold back. He does whatever it takes to get his shot off.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming year.
Covington, a screen on Dinwiddie. Kennard, the pass to Batum. No good from outside.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you can see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets.
And so here are the Clippers. The Mavericks making the shot. Takes it inside. Wood with the block.
And an aggressive block there by Wood. He's not going to shy away from competing defensively.
Yep, that one goes in there. Doncic has got 8 points.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Mr. Clutch gets the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now, here's Kennard. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Here's Mann.
And it's just
Scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's Dallas up by 15. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
Here are the five the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Robert Covington. Paul George is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the point. Now George, after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. Batum finds Kennard. Back to Batum. Off target with his three.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Powell with a screen on Batum. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Mr. Clutch. Doncic trying to get open. An easy 2 points on the layup. Doncic has got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And there's the pass to Batum. And here's Kennard. Outside, George. And the three off target. Dallas leading by 15. Doncic kicks to Wood. They set the pick. Down low. Ball's not loose. Stolen by George. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. From downtown, it's rebounded by Doncic.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Wood a screen on George. Mr. Clutch the pass to Wood. And finished off by Wood.
And there's a lot of power behind Woods' dunks. He's not going to get cheated when he takes it to the rim.
The three from George. And it's George again missing. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Dallas Mavericks. 17-point lead, their biggest. Powell kicks to Doncic. Going inside. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Playing at his tempo, his pace.
Timeout call.
Call MP's number, coach.
Some changes. On the floor for the Mavericks. For the Clippers.
Go out there and make it rain.
Zubats against McGee. Zubats a screen on Green. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul.
JaVale McGee.
That's
second personal foul.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
the baseline jam. That one a little long.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Here's Mann following the score by Dallas. And this league has plenty of guys who can take over a game at any time. But, Steve, how fun is it to have a team with multiple threats and on any given night?
Well, it's really, Kevin, unfair because you have two guys that can get it going. And for the defense and the other team, that is hard to contend with.
Now, here's Kennard. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Zubac. Here's man. Zubac trying to break loose. And the Clippers miss again. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Bear, James Harden. There are some similarities, hard to say. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch. David, thank you. And here is Los Angeles now. The Mavericks making the shot. To end the cold streak. It's rebounded by Dallas. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. Green kicks to Ntilikina. Inside, here's Mr. Clutch. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing.
Now, here's Kennard. Zubac with the screen for Kennard. Zubac, that's good.
That's how you run pick and roll. Kennard's a smart player who's gotten better at creating for others.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. Lays it up off the glass. Mr. Clutch has got 23.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Man can't hit. Dallas leading by 20. Ntilikina passes to Mr. Clutch. There's the pick. 23 seconds left here in the second. Here's McGee. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. McGee's got 8.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Here's Deck. And no good in the last second. Attempt this time. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Mavericks on top, opening up a huge gap. We're back after this from American Airlines Center.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's
look here now at the Mavericks. They've had a great start to the season as we thought they might. They play together. They play for one another.
And circling back to the game at hand, guys, the deficit is looming large right. And that is it for halftime.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
Luka Doncic out there with Ntilikina. And it's Mr. Clutch. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Bertans in at the 4. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Dallas leading by 22.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
And the pass to Mr. Clutch. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Mr. Clutch has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Mavs. And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, G8, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
They set the pick. Doncic passes to Mr. Clutch. Over in the corner, Bertans. Another shot. Doncic dishes to McGee. He gets it in there. McGee's got 10.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Zubac kicks to Jackson. Passes to Powell. Morris with the screen for Powell. Just 5 on the clock. Good on the three-point shot. Powell's got his second bucket tonight.
I love how Powell moves on the floor, glides off the pick to an open look at the basket.
McGee is screen on George. Mr. Clutch the pass to McGee, and it's out of bounds. They say it. Wood, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Outside Jackson. Shoots over Doncic. Jackson misses.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Doncic passes to Mr. Clutch. And he goes in for the dunk.
This is who you want leading.
Time here. Dinwiddie is checked in for Dallas. And the Clippers with a change here too. Covington's checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Jackson. And contact on the shot.
Christian Wood. First personal foul. First team foul.
It was one of those guys, but he bounced back in a big way.
He hits the second from the line.
And with Jackson, Smitty, he went right back to being the player he was back in 21.
He was an aggressive attacking scorer with an edge, GA, and the 21-22 season was one of his best ever.
And Doncic throws it down.
And Sean's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Covington a screen on Dinwiddie. Powell for 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Doncic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Dinwiddie left side. Here's Mr. Clutch. He is hauled in by Paul George.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
He gets hauled in by Paul George.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
The Mavericks, GA, have been trying.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Clippers.
Are getting the message that they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw.
It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Smart ball handling from them in this one. Passing around to get ahead of the defense and putting it in the hands of ready shooters.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
Dinwiddie passes to Mr. Clutch. No good with the triple. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Pass to George. Pulls up on the elbow. The Mavericks pull it in. Woods got rebound number 5 here tonight. Doncic finds Bertans. Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And Los Angeles guys shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. On the wing, Jackson. And foul on the shot.
Number 13. First personal foul. Third team foul.
So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Batum comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Kennard in for Jackson. And then for Los Angeles, Dex checked in for Robert Covington. Mann subbed in for George. So with George on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. The post pairing, Batum and Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Deck in at the 3 spot. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Batum sets a screen for Kennard. Misses the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Outside, Green. The pass to Mr. Clutch. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense, he might have gotten over-eager.
Zubac a screen on Green. Here's Kennard. Here's Zubac. Shooting.
Mavericks foul. Number 13. Second personal foul. 14 foul.
Company, and he did that in the NBA bubble, and he drinks, he say, about 5 cups of coffee a day. Do a lot of NBA players drink coffee to keep them going and get that extra burst?
Absolutely. I remember drinking coffee on the bench late in my career. It's kind of a comfort food, warms you up a little bit, and all good things that can get you ready for action, I'm for.
Green dishes to Bullock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Powell for 3. Here's Mr. Clutch, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Mr. Clutch has got 31.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Dallas.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Mr. Clutch.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
The shot by Deck, no good.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Powell inside. Batum's there. Powell, that's good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Here's Mann. Batum, the screen. They get it back. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They won this game going away.
Your Mavericks, 119. The Clippers, 85. Folks, we'd like to thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please drive home safely, and we hope to see you again at the next event.